What is up, legends? I have been playing a ton of Catalyst, and I feel like personally that I have mastered the craft of Catalyst. So if you have been struggling and need a little help, here are my tips and guide for you to become a better Catalyst and dominate the battlefield or the Apex games. Number one tip is to go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe. Alright, I'm sorry about that, but now let's go ahead and move on. The best tip I have of them all is to actually go ahead into your settings and look up for alternative interact, which is the default button X. And also you want to look for character utility action, which is the default button H, which, by the way, that freaking button is on across the freaking keyboard. It's like Narnia. Like, who uses H? Okay, legends, the reason you want to change this is to find keybinds that are very more comfortable for you. I've been struggling to actually build barricades because X is so very uncomfortable for me. And then H, of course, is all across Narnia. I don't know why they have that, so I have to pick up and choose a button. That it allows you to pick up the spike trails, which you kind of don't really need, but the cool thing about is if you find a keybind that is very comfortable for you to use when you're playing Rampart, you can pick up her shields, and there's a lot of cool plays you could do right there. Because not a lot of players expect you picking up Rampart shield, or even expect you picking up Catalyst spike trail. Luckily for me, I have a Logitech mouse which has a bunch of customizable keybinds or buttons that I can set up on my mouse. So for me, the X and H have been customized set right next to my mouse. So if you could use your mouse as your extra buttons, if you have extra buttons, I know typically people use push or toggle, the punch button on their mouse instead. But if you are able to afford it, it's very comfortable for me. But like I said, look for keybinds that is very comfortable for you. If the default keybinds are very comfortable for you, don't change them at all. But for me, I've been struggling at first with Catalyst because of that. Once combine all smooth, you can do like pretty cool things. It's nice having that smooth gameplay, that quick, fast, without thinking, just letting muscle memory do its work. Now, legends, let's move on to Catalyst passive barricade. She can reinforce doors, stringing them and locking them to enemies, which means that only you and your teammates can open up doors while the enemies cannot. You have a maximum of 2, which means that once you attempt to barricade a third one, it will allow you to do it, but the very first door that you barricade will now be gone and removed and now placed at the new location. You can also barricade up a doorway where a door used to be. Essentially, it will build a brand new wall, not a door, because you won't be able to open it. You won't be able to fully go in and out, but you can destroy it. But note that once you destroy it, there is like a 3-second timer before you are able to build another doorway or wall in this case. It's pretty cool because now you can block doorways, and not a lot of people will expect you to destroy it, to go freely through it, as well as it still blocks bullets, it still blocks, damage, so it's kind of cool of you to do. Okay, legends, so it takes up to 4 melee, which is a kick or a punch, to completely destroy a reinforced door, as well as it takes only 2 once you build a wall which blocks the door. Don't get too comfortable with a reinforced door because unfortunately the extra strength on the doorway is only on melees because a grenade can easily destroy it. Just watch out for the grenades. Now, legends, let's move on to Catalyst Tactical Piercing Spikes, which throws out a patch of fear fluid which turns into spikes when enemies are near. You have a maximum of 3 spikes that you can place in the world of Apex. Just like the barricade, whenever you try to place the 4th one, it will replaces whatever spikes you have placed at first. Okay, legends, Catalyst Tactical is a offhand, which means you can also heal while you are ready to about to toss the piercing spike. You can also shoot with it, and also call in your ult while having it out in your hand, so you are kind of, I guess, prepared to throw it if an enemy is going to come around the corner. It is actually really awkward seeing it on screen, the thing, and I always completely forget that I can't do this, but once you keep playing the game or have many hours of Catalyst, this should be coming off pretty easy and natural to do. It's pretty cool because then you could do a lot of things pretty fast and moving, like you could build a barricade / wall while tossing the tactical, and I was like, whoa, the combos you can do with Catalyst. Catalyst Tactical does 15 damage when an enemy is in the spikes. I noticed a lot of players will ignore the damage because, if you're chasing a weakened Catalyst, might as well take that 15 hit and just go around the corner. All right, Legend. So I noticed that her tactical pretty much goes on a horizontal plane. Pretty much 90% of the time, there are some weird interaction with when it lands on stairs or on a ramp or when it bounces off a wall. Like it kind of bounces off a wall, not much, but most of the time, 90% of the time, it will go on horizontal plane, which is left to right. If you don't know what horizontal means, so the best tip I have for tossing your tactical is actually when you are behind a door, when you barricade a door, to look pretty much like 90 degrees off angle or to the side and toss it straight underneath, so the tactical will now go under the doorway onto the other side. So if an enemy is trying to come towards the door and try to kick it, now they have the piercing spikes. Now they'll take 50 damage while you have your chance to block the door as well as heal yourself or move around. All right, Legend. So the biggest tip that I have for her tactical is to actually there is a ball spike right in the center of her tactical or where all the spikes are at, which is actually has health on it. Like what the fuck? It's a great way to actually block damage and everything. Like kind of like if you ever play Caustic, it's the same as using his Caustic trap to block damage, block incoming damage and everything. Kind of like a little semi wall. You can also do that with the same with Callus. Pretty Spikes is a little ball orb. It kind of takes, I believe, around 300 damage. Maybe, I think to be exact, it's 312 HP damage. So there is, but granted that once it has been destroyed, the Piercing Spikes kind of, disappears within 2 seconds. Okay, like I said, that there is a ball orb and that has the HP. So if you're going to use it to, prevent from players to push you, it's best to place your tactical behind a wall or whatever, so it's protected, so that it's not easily destroyed by the enemy. All Catalysts are immune to the enemy spikes, so if you're Catalyst and you see the spikes, just walk through it. There's no need to be worried. You won't take damage. You won't be slowed down. Legend. So what I like to use Catalyst tactical is to have one be kind of like my grenade or my art star, that where I just toss it, you fling it, while having one within my inventory or slash pockets, I guess you could say, to be used whenever I need to go around and hide behind a door, to place it down on the ground as quickly as possible. Use it as like little cover, like I said before, and that's cool. That's a really good way to use it. And note that her tactical actually has visual, not only visual cue, but also an audio cue. So whenever a player is nearby, listen to them. This is it actually kind of notifies you where players are nearby if you're playing Callus. It's pretty cool, even though there's other heroes that does that way better. But Callus able to do that too. It's like kind of cool. So that's why I like to use her tactical where a door is at nearby, or where a high traffic area is going to be, like where there's a chance of high traffic to come in. Like, that's kind of cool to be able to have like a visual cue. So pay attention, listen. All right, Legend. So now we move on to Catalyst Ultimate, the Dark Veil. All right, Legend. So, I've been struggling with Catalyst Ultimate, to be honest. Unfortunately, her ultimate does not block scans that much, or doesn't block well enough. I noticed that sometimes you could get scanned through it from Bloodhound. Sometimes Seer can still scan you. I know Seer ultimate freaking does scan you through the wall. So unfortunately, Callus is not the nerf or the scanning meta nerf, or the nerf or counter to Seer. Unfortunately, there's no been no developer updates or anything. People think it's the bug. Unfortunately, I don't know. We will have to wait and see. Maybe it is a bug. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But as of right now, yeah, be wary about it. Be wary about the scans. Okay, so what I like to use Dark Veil for is to kind of block line of sight, kind of like if it was a smoke grenade, essentially. A big giant wall blocks line of sight, and you from going from cover to cover, walking through, to the next zone, to the next area, especially if cool. Because the only thing they will have, your enemy will have, will be probably audio cue, and maybe try and shoot through the wall. Because no, Callus Dark Veil does not block bullets, unlike what they show in the trailer. It's a big learning curve that you could shoot through. Even with that said, some people, some players, or some legends don't realize that you can shoot through the wall. So shoot through the wall, and if you are a Callus and you face another Callus, you can also freely walk through it. It has a little bit of negative effects on you, but not as severely as if you were not Callus to walk through it. I also like using Callus, like kind of like act if it was a Givey bubble, but the problem with Givey bubble is that actually, I mean, the benefit of Gibby Bubble is that it actually blocks bullets well. Catalyst wall does not block bullets, but it's kind of, you break it like that quick line of sight. You appear out of nowhere and then unappear, and if you keep moving left and right, keep moving like forward the wall, back to the wall. It's like kind of cool animations or cool interaction with the wall. It's kind of cool. Alright, Legends, so that's all of Catalyst's abilities, tactical tips, and tricks that I kind of have. There's only a few things that I probably mentioned in, but once again, once we're all here, now that you know how Catalyst kind of work. So the best thing I like to do is pretty much, land where there are doors or where there are buildings, because Catalyst's biggest strength is definitely the door. Even though an arc star can easily destroy it, there's not a lot of players who pick up grenades at beginning, at the start, so you could use it to barricade walls and doorways, and not allow players to come through. Also, since note that the enemies cannot open the door, so you could actually block a pathway. Like if an enemy is trying to go to a door, you could quickly build the barricade, block it from the enemy from going that way. You could kind of trap them in a room as well with like that too. It's like kind of cool interaction. The previous bikes is pretty cool. I like to use it more. Like I like it to use it defensively. That's the thing. Cal is a defensive hero. Play her defensively. Don't try to push a lot. Legends, hopefully these tips has helped you improve your ability with Catalyst, the new legend for season 15 of Apex Legends. If it has helped you out, Legends, might as well go ahead and hit the like button. Or if you just enjoyed and was entertained, hit the like button. As well as subscribe for more Apex Legends. Legends, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.